Believe it or not, I had to expose a lot of lies up until this point in my life. From Area 51 having aliens to the Tooth Fairy not being real. You can probably connect the dots there. Even while those lies were horrible, they were nothing compared to the financial lies we've been told. In this video, I'll tell you about the 3 financial lies you need to stop believing. Click the subscribe button below if you're new to the channel for more content that can change your life. The first lie is that having money won't make you happy. The age-old adage that the best things in life are free and that money doesn't buy happiness is widely accepted. And this is pure horse crap, to put it frankly. I've experienced both financial hardship and moments of financial wealth throughout my life, and let me tell you that the latter well outweighs the former. You see, if you ask me, there are 2 main reasons why the idea that having money won't make you happy is spread. First off, there's no reason for people to feel awful if you're currently not keeping up with Warren Buffett. Of course, I don't want anyone to feel horrible about themselves, but sometimes we just need a little push to get us going. And as long as the constructive criticism you receive is delivered in a polite manner, I believe this to be totally acceptable. In fact, the only reason I empathize to friends and family how important it is to take control of your finances is because I want them to experience the same benefits that I have by raising my own income and wealth over the past years. People disseminate the idea that you don't need money to be happy because they don't want you to be a competitor, which brings us to our second argument. As you are aware, one of the key indicators of your position and overall prosperity in today's society, whether you like it or not, is how much money you have. This is why if you go out on a date or to a networking agent, people always ask you, "What do you do for a living?" Which begs the question, how much do you earn discreetly? It's simple to understand where you rank among your peers because wealth is such a plainly defined measure for success. Even though you may believe that the riches of others around you has no bearing on your own happiness, research show that, in fact, your nosy neighbor's income does have an effect. Regardless of how much money they were actually making, according to a 2010 study from the Universities of Warwick and Cardiff, people need to be happier than their peers and coworkers in order to be content. Now, even though I can't speak for everyone on this subject, I can share with you my personal perspective on how earning more money and having more money has affected my levels of happiness. My financial confidence has increased, which is how earning more money first makes me happier. I feel like I have more to contribute and I'm better able to make money outside of traditional channels now that I have developed many web businesses and I'm continuing to advance in my work. In other words, thanks to the talents I've been able to develop over the years, I can get myself out of a financial bind. The next advantage of having more money that I have experienced is not worrying as much. I naturally have anxiety, so it doesn't take much for my head to start spinning with worry. But having a solid financial condition has been crucial for my mental health, and that benefit alone has made leveling up my finances worthwhile. Let's talk about spending money, which is what people enjoy doing the most. I'll be the first to admit that you need to spend prudently if you want to advance financially. But the truth is that spending money actually makes you feel quite good. Spending money on oneself feels wonderful, but spending money on others feels even better. Most of us will continue to work for the foreseeable future whether we like it or not. But the difference between some of us and the rest is whether or not all that time will result in enough money, some of which can be enjoyed, or if those earnings will only be enough to live by. Whether you work harder and make more money, you can at least enjoy the results of your labor. However, when you have a low salary, there is little time for leisure activities. It actually depends on your life goals and how materialistic you are. But I'm confident that for some people, having more money will mean less than it does for others. I will add though that in my own experience, the advantage of earning more money are worth the work to get. To close out this first lie, and money may make you happy if used properly. The second lie is that passive income does not exist. It still irritates me that some people compare passive income to the Tooth Fairy, as if neither of them is real. Yes, both of these things exist, and they both can help you earn money while you sleep. So let me tell you that right now. I've been attempting to understand why so many people are skeptical of the idea of generating passive income, and I believe there are two key causes. The first is that most people have never received passive income, and since they haven't, they are unable to attest to its reality. The majority of people follow the life route of going to school, doing well in school, finding work, and clocking in and out to make a living. The majority of individuals have never experienced the benefits of passive income because there is actually nothing pleasant about this method. The definition of passive income is another problem that individuals frequently run across. Most people believe that generating passive income entails producing funds without requiring any inputs. This is not true. There is always a resource input, whether it be time, money, or both, when earning passive income. If you create a blog and publish 100 articles, for instance, you've put many hours into your website. Because the money is being made after the job has already been done, any revenue you generate from your blog will be passive in nature. Alternatively, you might benefit passively through your financial assets. One common illustration is receiving dividend checks from your dividend portfolios. You must invest money and dividend-paying equities to earn this passive income, and you will be compensated on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. How can you know that passive income is legitimate, you might be asking? I am aware of this since I work every day to earn it. My YouTube channel is the best example of this. While I eat, I earn money. When I exercise for an hour each morning, and even as I sleep. You can manage the amount of work and investment you put into your passive income model after you have a strategy in place. Depending on how much time and money you want to commit, you can manage every aspect of running a YouTube channel yourself, or you may outsource some or all of the work. I want you to open your banking app and check the balance of your checking or savings account if you still don't trust me that passive income exists. I'm hoping that when you do, you see a lot of zeros. Examine the interest that has accumulated on your funds over the past 12 months. Pals, this is passive income. Don't accept the myth that passive income doesn't exist since we've just shown that it's real and you're probably getting it as we speak. You didn't work to earn that interest income, but you did have to deposit money to earn that interest. The third lie is that long-term investing will increase your wealth. You always hear that saving money and making long-term investments are necessary if you want to become wealthy. I have some bad news. This is a lie. To be clear, you should invest your money without a doubt. You shouldn't avoid investing altogether simply because I'm sharing a hot opinion with you about it. Long-term investing, however, is not the best course of action to adopt as a primary method of wealth generation, and I'll explain why immediately. To achieve your objective of becoming a billionaire, let's assume you plug some numbers into your compound interest calculator and discover that you must invest $900 every month for the next 30 years at a 7% rate of return. Wonderful, isn't it? Before we add future millionaire to your Twitter bio, there are a few things we need to clear up. Human behavior is the first problem. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you regularly did something for 30 years? Hell, you might still be under 30, making this question, to put it mildly, meaningless. My point is that since things happen in life, it will occasionally be difficult to make investment contributions. For instance, if you purchase your first home, will you still be able to invest $900 per month if you lose your job or your car breaks down on the side of the road? Obviously, I hope that none of these things ever occur to you, but let's face it. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns. The second problem, and arguably the most worrying one, is the temporal value of money. If you don't consistently invest for the next 30 years, you should be flush with cash, right? Not quite. $1 million in 30 years will only be worth $476,743 when inflation of 2.5% is taken into account. In other words, you'll be at most a half-millionaire. Now, if you're someone who has put all of your eggs in the long-term investing basket, consider yourself lucky, since you're understanding this painful truth now, rather than in 30 years. But this unpleasant reality raises another issue. What's the answer? As seen by the example, long-term investing has the potential to increase your wealth, but it shouldn't be your main source of wealth creation. What you want to do is concentrate on maximizing your income together with investing. As you may understand, your chances of becoming a millionaire will increase dramatically if you invest $5,000 every month as opposed to just $900. So, how do you increase your income? Simple. You add greater worth. In the modern world, increasing value can be achieved in a variety of ways, including by educating or entertaining a large audience or by making a highly distinctive and valuable skill set available to the general public. Because they provide something of value and have the ability to reach a big audience, a lot of YouTubers make absurd sums of money. Despite the fact that I am a little channel, they nevertheless earn more than $100 annually. The sky really is the limit when you have something of value to offer. Another illustration of why skilled doctors are paid so well is seen in the medical industry. They provide a necessary service to the public, and because their skill set is in high demand, they may charge very high prices for the hours they put in. Therefore, investing is a good way to make your money work for you. But this does not mean that you should just use investing to build wealth over the long term. Instead, combine investing with ongoing income growth, because when the two are combined, you can achieve any wealth goal you have. With that, we end today's video. If you like it, make sure to smash the like and subscribe buttons and turn on all notifications. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time,